What's up? How are you?
Hi, Tanya. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am super excited. As you can see, you don't really see my table today, but don't worry, I'll fix that when it's time to share my food. Because today we're talking about, in honor of your birthday, our favorite birthday dinners.
Woo, woo,
So
woo.
this episode literally is in honor of your birthday today.
Thank you. Oh, I feel so special. Thank you. Yay. Happy birthday.
Leave this here somewhere as I chat, but it's all about you. We'll flash this a little bit. So how fun that we get to, how jealous, let me just tell you, I am of your summer birthday, but how fun that we get to celebrate talking about some of our favorite meals and the favorite components surrounding birthdays and birthday dinners. So you're the birthday girl. You start. You're the queen, man.
All right. Well, thank you. And yay, happy birthday to me. You know what? It's true. I have pretty much the best birthday around. I mean, I feel like growing up, it was a pretty awesome birthday because it's the end of June when, it'd be almost like the last day of school, June 25th. And yeah, it would be a fun time because it was like the energy was like no more school and like freedom and summer and like the beginning. And so it was like, I always remember having barbecues. So today, my like favorite birthday food, because it is like so nostalgic and brings back so many memories, is barbecue foods. So, and pretty much over the years, like if you could put it on the grill and grill it, like we would. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of talk about the ingredients and to share like having like one of the best birthdays ever.
Okay, walk us through your food. I wish I could like step into your screen and take a bite.
Well, I did take a little video, so we'll get that up so you can have like a little, peruse through the food and the ingredients. But essentially what I've got here is hot dogs. If anybody in my family knows, like, especially my mom, we share this, is we love hot dogs. And I mean, my God, hot dogs, I think everybody knows by now they're not good for you. So like we don't have to go there. So what I got is actually a hot dog that kind of looks like a hot dog, smells like a hot dog, but doesn't have all like scary ingredients. So it's this Field Roast brand. Actually, you introduced me to it, Tanya. Yes. Because I like, sometimes in summer you just want a hot dog.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I dressed it up, made it a little bit better by, again, anybody that knows me knows I love to put pickles on things. I mean, I feel like we've talked about this. So that's why I put on some fermented pickles. Because like that's the kind I have in my house like all the time. And they taste better anyways. I just buy them local, which is kind of cool because, there's so many different brands. It doesn't really matter. I think the brand, just as long as it's, fermented, proper ingredients and, Then there's some mustard, some microgreens, because, you always make things better with microgreens. The bun ain't the best because, to be honest, it's a pita bun. And, at my store, they were out of the spelt buns that I usually like. So, birthday, I'm having a hot dog. So it's going to be on the pita bun. And then also something I'm really excited about because it's a recipe that I really like is the coleslaw that I've got here. This is actually your recipe, TLC creamy coleslaw. Easy to throw together. Like that's the other thing, and it's such a summer barbecue kind of thing. And normally I'd love to have me some potato salad. Like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In the name of like not wrecking my blood sugar, because I want to have some of this. I'm gonna have some cabbage, coleslaw, yummy. Because then, okay, let me talk about like clearly, okay, like look at this dreamy, yummy cupcakes. So I didn't make these.
They're so pretty.
Aren't they pretty? Yeah, and they're like, lavender chocolate, this is a s'mores one, which is like, God, like I mean that like right away. Anyway, and so this company, I think people have seen it a lot, Sweet Earth, it's these different treats they have. I've had their vegan chocolate cake. So good. So the cupcakes, I'm really looking forward to it. So this is going to be, my birthday treat. You could put like a candle in here, something. But yeah, so this is my favorite birthday dinner.
Can I just comment how much I love this? I was like in my head, me and the balance and the scale thing, so much balance, so much honoring your emotional needs for that birthday dinner, and also honoring the goals that you're setting for yourself in terms of your health, but making that balance a priority. And you're such a good example of that. Like, I love it. It's just absolutely amazing in terms of, using the fermented foods, all right, you can say my bun's not that great. And we can say the cupcakes, they have sugar in it. The buns, the cupcakes, the microbiome is going to be like, not really great with it. But there you go, adding, you know what I mean? The microgreens, adding the fermented pickles. So we're balancing that scale the whole time. And I think,
and you know what? I just want to pause you for a minute. I totally forgot to say, normally I'd have a pop with this, but like for me, kombucha, I've grown to really love it. And it can totally be like that other than water drink. And it's a fermented food, just like you're talking about. So thank you. It's just like, ooh.
1,000%. Like, what a beautiful scale and what a beautiful example of, again, eating the things that make us happy and not depriving us of what we love, but keeping in mind our health at the same time. How easy is it for you to just go get a hot dog from anywhere, legit, with a plain white bun? And again, I can't hide my faces. You guys know by now, whatever nails and things are in hot dogs, let's gloss over that. You're about to eat. You know what I mean? With the ketchup, the mustard, whatever, with no nutrition. So again, amazing. Enjoy your birthday meal. I'm going to talk a bit about mine. Yes. Using the segue of desserts.
Yes.
So
desserts and birthdays, I think, is like a hands down given. Like, if there's no dinner, for sure there's going to be some kind of treat.
1,000%. Like, it's like, hi, birthday, hi, cake or cupcake, like besties, right? It's just what you do. It's the whole, again, I think, ritual around it. And for me growing up, I always remember going to different birthday parties and they'd have like a Dairy Queen cake, you know what I mean? All these, like the Blizzard cake. And I was like, yo, I want a Blizzard cake. Truth be told, not realizing Blizzard cakes were a lot of money. You know what I mean? For a family who might not have that, like mine. I had the best childhood, but might not have the extra for, the big cakes. So every year, my mom, the best mom ever, I love you, mom, would get, cake mix, and she'd get a pan. She'd rent them from Bulk Barn.
Which I gotta stop you. Like, I didn't even know that you could do that. Like, you could do that.
I think you still can. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, when you go into Bulk Barn, I know it's things you never look at, and you look on the side wall and there's all these pans. Like, I think those are for you to rent them.
Crazy. Anyway, that is so cool. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Right? And I remember a dolphin cake. I remember a lot of times she'd do the numbers, like 1 and 0 for my 10th birthday. And you know what I remember the most? That every single time, birthday parties were a huge deal in my house. My mom would have like literally, 20 girls in her house, and she would do a craft with all of us. She was so creative. We would have movies. She would pop the own popcorn. Like, she'd do it on a dime, and it was the best times ever. And every single time you'd hear Mrs. Church makes the best cakes. And that stuck with me. So something that I feel like I've taken into, my journey into adulthood is I really try to bake cupcakes, a cake or whatever, when around people's birthday, because I think it's that like made with love kind of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Feeling. So today, Yas, segue when you're like, oh, you can put a little candle into your cupcake. Today, I have made you a birthday cake, and I put a little candle in there. So again, you're an amazing person, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. I love you. I'm going to blow your candle out for you, but you make the wish.
I'll make the wish.
Ready?
Ready.
There you go.
Yay.
So this is my birthday dinner. Now, let me remind you, We just looked at your cupcakes, Yasmin. I know that you didn't make them. They are beautiful. As you guys know, I am a nutritionist with a passion for creating delicious foods. I'm not a chef, and I always tell you, my shit isn't always pretty, but it always tastes good.
Yes,
my friend,
the important part.
Thank you. It's what's inside that counts. And this, my friend, is a prime example. She ain't pretty, but she's delicious. So this is my basic chocolate cake with vegan buttercream icing.
Wow.
Not beautiful. I promise you, delicious. It's a recipe I think that I developed now about a year ago. I did it around Valentine's Day, and I did it with a pink icing using beetroot. So that's the fun thing here. I'll pop up a picture actually where it shows in the community, because as you can see in the picture, it's much more pretty on the community. Anyways, here it is.
Amazing. Oh, like, and PS, just like decadence, like the, the icing and going to that,
icing's creamy. Like,
right?
Look at that.
That just really, goes for the emotions. Like that just fills me up,
Right. And it is also about the scale, which I'd like to, apply here. The cake, whole food ingredients, you know me. You can use a brown rice. The recipe calls for a brown rice flour for those who want to make it gluten-free. In this case, I used a spelt flour. We talk about this a lot. So spelt flour, and there's things like flax in here. There's like MCT oil. There's applesauce, and there is sugar. Absolutely. There is coconut sugar, which we know is a less refined type of sugar. Sugar nonetheless. And two-way icing. You can do it actually with a can of coconut milk. So that recipe will give you an option to do it with the coconut milk or with the buttercream icing. I chose the buttercream icing. So obviously we have some vegan margarine here and organic icing sugar. So the scale, right? Because it's your birthday. You need to eat the cake.
Yeah. And just like biting into it and just having all of that mouth feel, and it's just, oh, yum.
Oh, I'm going to cut this. Don't you worry. But I want to reiterate that again with that scale. It's making the better choices. Yeah, this is full of sugar. I'm not going to lie about it. You know what I mean? It's also raw cacao. So it's also fermented foods in there if we want to get to the nitty gritty. But when you're making stuff as much as we can at home, just like you did with your hot dogs, your coleslaw, etc., we're cutting out the really scary things. And I wanted to pull up, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yas, I know you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know those tubs of Betty Crocker icing that, like, if you were like me, you would open and like, whatever. Sometimes you wouldn't even use a spoon. You would literally dip your finger in there and eat that icing.
Yep.
I just wanted to let you know, I put a list on my phone here about.
I've never read the back. I was going to say that I'm like, I know it's bad, but I don't know.
I'm not going to read every single ingredient, but I'm going to give you the highlight reel. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Show me.
Sugar, palm oil, corn syrup, polysorbate 60. I'm going to get a little sweaty here. Natural and artificial flavor, both are no bueno. Yellows number 5 and 6. Potassium sorbate, monoglycerides. So let's just say this buttercream has the vegan margarine, which I do use an organic earth balance. And yes, because it's organic, there's no chemical extractions. We're not worried about the chemicals. They are more inflammatory oils. They are sunflower oil. You know what I mean? So it is more of the omega-6. However, clearly is palm oil. And vanilla, pure natural alcohol-free vanilla, and organic icing sugar. So again, when we put the Betty Crocker on the scale and the icing that we can make at home on the scale, right? Yeah. We can kind of get the gist of the difference.
Definitely.
But birthdays can't be without cake. And as you've shown, there are companies out there that do amazing things. And if you want to tackle making a cake on your own or cupcakes or whatever, there's really easy recipes that you can find as well to, make it better for us.
So true. So true. Oh, well, thanks for sharing that. Yes, cut it. Oh, and dive in.
I'm going to.
Yeah, and I just want to say that is craziness about the chemicals. And you kind of forget, like when you get away from them for a while, you kind of forget about them. But then when you're away, you can taste them. You're like, because even in my family here at home, we'll taste some cakes that are definitely made with all the wrong stuff. And it kind of leaves like a funny mouth feel, like coating in your mouth. That's something I've noticed recently. So I just appreciate this cake that you've made so much.
Again, she ain't pretty, but she's delicious. I promise.
She looks pretty good, actually.
But yeah, you're right. And once, you start to have less of these chemicals in your life, like, let's be real. You think like literally 15 years ago that was affecting me. I feel like I could eat the whole entire thing at Betty Crocker and be like, what's next? Now we're talking about heartburn, those funny tastes, like just, feeling that blood sugar spike. And then you're like, oh, it's time to take a nap on my birthday. So it's so true that you can see that when you start to get away from it.
Yeah, big time. Cool. So fun.
This cake is for you. I am so glad that we got to do this special happy birthday, yes, edition. And yeah, I hope that your day is wonderful. And I'm so glad that we got to share some of our favorite birthday meals.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Until next time.
Until next time, I'll talk to you soon.